Hate crimes are growing in Texas, and now there's an effort to recruit people who will carry them out.
This week, the FBI's hate crime report shows incidents are at a 10-year high. The question is why?
Eyewitness News reporter Marvin Hurst takes a closer look at hate and solutions to shut it down.
The cries of hate get louder.
White supremacy's got to go!
The desire for supremacy grows. Extremists are no longer hiding.
Death to our enemies!
These groups have clearly seen that the current environment is right for their recruiting, and that they feel more comfortable being out in the open.
San Antonio's Mark Tobin is the Southwest Regional Director for the Anti-Defamation League. They have watched the deadly manifestation of hate in El Paso. And they've also monitored recruiting efforts like the recent neo-Nazi flyer showing up in Hollywood Park as hate groups seek tolerance.
It's the mainstreaming of their messages more than anything.
The ADL's Hate, Extremism, Anti-Semitism, and Terrorism, or HEAT map, documents 735 cases statewide. 3 are murders. San Antonio logs 12 incidents. Most are white supremacist propaganda cases. In fact, those hateful messages increased statewide this year by 44%.
If anti-Semitism, bigotry, and prejudice become something of the norm, then we're in real trouble.
Divided, Tobin says we have to educate against the behavior, address hatred on social media, increase reporting of these incidents to the FBI, get all public officials to denounce hate groups, and learn our personal responsibility to fight against the poison of prejudice.
We can never eliminate hate in its entirety, but hopefully we can keep it at a very low level.
And reach a point of diversity and love. Marvin Hurst, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.